The following broadcast is intended for mature audiences. These are real people sharing very real, deeply personal experiences. This content may be considered triggering for others and for those who are sharing. The chat room is a privilege intended for discussions and sharing. You are not being asked to agree, but you are being asked to stay civil and refrain from personal attacks. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, welcome back to Am I Mental? A live weekly mental health podcast where real people share real stories and experiences with mental health issues. I am your host, E, and with us, as always, is the co-host, Bexy.
Hi, guys. How are you?
And as we've been doing every week, before we get started with that, we got to pay our bills. So if you like our show, and you think that it's important and valuable, and you'd like others to go ahead and experience it, and you think anybody would benefit from it, by all means, share episodes. Number one way to help us. If you'd like to help us in other ways, you can also go to amimental.net/donate. There are a number of ways you could donate there, and now we have a Teespring store with some products there, so you could go ahead and buy some stuff and wear some swag. I just got my face mask. I have to redesign it. The logo's a little bit too big, but I will say the face mask is extremely high quality. It fits the face beautifully. The only problem is that the elastics could be a little bit longer, so it doesn't pull on the ears as hard, but otherwise it's an amazing face mask.
It really looks great.
Yeah, again, the logo's a little bit on the big side, and it was just a demo product for me to check out. But yeah, no, by all means, go and check that out there. But still, the number one thing you can do is share episodes. That is the best way to help us. And since we're in the process of plugging things, don't forget Rachel Conway of Genuine Psychological Services. If you're in Southern California and you are looking for a therapist, particularly in the San Diego and Encinitas areas, and Mission Valley areas, check her out. She's a really good friend of mine. Her practice is amazing. She's done a couple of sessions on the air with me, so you guys could always go back and listen to the last couple of episodes of season 1 and partway through season 2 to see what she does. She's amazing. I highly recommend her. After all that, now we have our guest today, Mark.
Hey.
And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yeah, totally. My name's Mark, and I am transgender, female to male, which means I was born female and I identify as male, and so I am transitioning towards the image that I see. My mom was the one that told me she knew I was different when I was 4 years old, because I was always wearing boy clothes. I would always play with action figures, not dolls, which she thought I was maybe a tomboy at first. But then she started to see that I would have more guy friends, and I would just do more things that were more masculine than feminine. And this was at elementary school age. So I had no idea that I was doing anything wrong. So I just thought that was what a normal kid should be doing.
Wow.
And then I hit puberty. And things started to grow, on a female body. And then that's when I started to hit a really hard depression, because I didn't understand. Because, as a kid, your chest is flat the whole time until you hit puberty.
Right. So,
yeah, I think puberty was when it really started to hit hard for me that this wasn't what I was supposed to be.
So, I'm assuming this was the beginning of body dysmorphia.
Yes. For different people, it hits different, or it maybe doesn't hit at all. It could just, it could just be a face thing they want, or it could be a full body thing that they want to feel like. But in my situation, it was the full body. It was, everything just seemed wrong. And then it kind of like, it got my grades down because I didn't understand what was happening. My parents had divorced. We were moving a lot, so, I kind of chalked it up to be just stress from all of that, not just my dysphoria.
Wow. Yeah. And I mean, I can definitely see that. I mean, I didn't go through nearly as stressful a thing, but I do remember going through some mental health issues in school and seeing how it impacted my grades. There's definitely a very strong correlation there.
Yeah. I mean, I was getting like A's and B's, but then the further into school I got, it started to go down really far. Like, I was getting D's and F's a lot. I still graduated.
Haha, I didn't. I went back for a super senior year, so.
A super senior. I mean, I didn't think I was going to, but then my mom pushed me to graduate because she said, yeah, the jobs will be more open to you and the world will be better if you graduate from high school. I was like, well, okay, fine, I guess.
If you insist.
Like, sure, Mom. Jeez.
If I have to.
Yeah, right.
Jeez, fine, okay, I'll graduate. God. Back off,
Slam
Mom.
paper on the desk.
No, I went back purposefully to get my degree. So, yeah. I just it's like, for me, it was, I started it, I want to complete it.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely closure. Like, you can finally close the door on that part of your life and it's over. And you open the door to a brand new life. That's fun and adulting. So yeah, I went through that with school, thinking it was just normal stress. Since my parents were divorced, I would visit my dad every weekend or every other weekend. And I remember, like, it's weird looking back at some of the things I remember him saying, but one was he asked me, do you like being a girl? And I was like, yeah, I totally like being a girl. It's awesome. Because I didn't want to say no and then him, hate me or something.
Right.
So I think even he knew something was different.
Well, it sounds like you actually had some pretty understanding parents.
Well.
I mean, at least to an extent.
Yeah, my mom she is supportive. When I actually came out in 2018, I found out that most of my dad's side of the family was not supportive. And
ouch.
Yeah, it kind of sucked. I was married at the time too. And he came out as bisexual. So I saw that, I was like, "Oh, well, maybe since he came out, I can come out too." And then I did. And that didn't, like, we tried to keep it going, but it didn't quite work out as well as I thought it would.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, we're still friends.
Well,
Got
that's
a
good.
sad face from Ariel in the comments.
Aw, no, it's not. It's sad, but it kind of opened our eyes that we were better friends in the long run than we were husband and wife. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and that, honestly, that's not the worst thing in the world. You guys are still friends.
Totally, yeah. And he's like one of the best friends that I got. He's super supportive of everything. He brought me to my first therapy session and to my first doctor's appointment to get my first shot. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's very awesome.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, I can see why you kept him around.
Yeah. I
hate him, but I love him. He's one of those.
Nah, I think a lot of people can associate with that. There's a few people that I hate them and I love them at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, I can't kill them, so I guess they can stick around. I guess.
Some people are like slinkies. Oh wait, let's not go there.
Yes. Let's not go there.
Bounce them off the stairs.
Yep. Brings a smile to your face as they go tumbling down the stairs.
Oh, that's cute.
So, like, were there any like other than what you thought was like the normal challenges? Now that you're at the point where you've accepted that you're trans, you're going to transition. You're a dude basically trapped in a female body, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So, I mean, what was that like? Like when your family, like telling your family and your friends? Because I mean, you just said that your dad's side of the family largely didn't accept.
Yeah, we don't talk anymore. Is pretty much how that ended.
Ouch.
Which, yeah, I mean, my dad and I, we talked before, but we were never like close. So it didn't hit as hard as it probably would other people in their families. But my mom's side is like, they were super supportive instantly the second I told them. Even my mom says, like, I already knew. I was like, why didn't you say anything?
Probably because you weren't ready to hear it.
God, I wish I was, though. Looking back, it's like, oh man, I wish I would have known exactly what this was called and that other people went through it. At an early age. That way I could be more comfortable now. But hindsight sucks. Hindsight's what it is.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20. Well, so they say, but memories distort too, which different subject altogether.
Yeah. They call it a dead name, in which I'm okay to tell people who don't know the story, but my dead name is Daphne, and my mom would always call me Daffaboo, just to like get me to cringe at it and embarrass the heck out of me in public.
Hey, sounds like my mom.
I love her to death. But
just like my mom.
So I changed my name to Mark, and we text a lot, and that's how I came out, because I'm nervous on the phone, and so is she. So I texted her, and she said, "Oh, good, Markaboo." I went, damn it!
Yeah.
I can't decide a fucking name.
Oh,
I
love that though.
I do have to say, though, your dead name, it's a beautiful name. I love it. It's a classic name that is not heard very much.
Oh, it's misspelled so much, though.
Oh, I'm
so
sure.
Much. Yeah, that was fun to always have to correct people in spelling it, or like even mispronouncing it. And I have to say, Scooby-Doo, like that show.
No, not Daffy like the duck. Daphne like the mystery machine.
Right, the mystery machine. But yeah, so I picked a simple name this time. There's four letters in it, and you can't mess it up. Hopefully.
Oh, you'd be surprised. My name only has 4 letters, and everyone gets it wrong.
Great. I mean, I guess I can see them spelling it with a C, not a K, but I can deal with that.
Mine is a C, not a K for me.
We have Ariel in the chat saying that she feels that because I believe she probably gets her name mispronounced a lot too.
Ariel. Sebastian. Oh, yeah. I did a really bad Sebastian there for Ariel.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I can't do that accent to save my life.
Yeah, my dead name and then my maiden name were fun. It was Daphne Whitfield.
That's a whole bunch of typos.
Yeah, oh god. Yes. Like, my middle name was the only normal name. It was Patricia. So people knew how to spell that. But I had 3 long names, and I had to spell it out with, what's that called? The military alphabet.
Oh, the phonetic alphabet.
Yes, phonetic alphabet. And they're like, I as in what? Like, as in I. I don't just spell it. So yeah, I'm glad that's over.
E as in I, A as in aisle.
G as in gnome.
S as in C. P as in mnemonic.
Exactly. I got my squeaky laughs going.
No, my previous job, we actually had to learn the military phonetic alphabet, and we always had the joke phonetic alphabet up where every letter was used with a different sounding word. So, it was great.
I need to learn this.
You really remind me of one of my daughter's best friends. I'm just going to say, just the way that you do your voices and things, and the way you react and respond, and your sense of humor, like, dead on.
Gosh. Yeah, like, whenever I get nervous, I use voices.
There's nothing to be nervous about. We're just having a conversation.
A conversation. I don't know if is it a tick? I don't know. It might be a tick. Oh, that is another thing. When I started transitioning, aside from, like, the voices and the funny cracks of my voice, people think I had a cold all the time. I started to, like, form these tics. I don't know if it's from the testosterone I was taking or if it's just, like, something that was opened up more because I'm more relaxed. I don't know. But, like, I have this clicking that I do with my tongue now. I don't know why.
Huh. Maybe it's the bull moose testosterone? I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Like, I don't know what's going to happen to me, guys.
So what...
It's like... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to ask, how long have you been on, like, testosterone now and, like, the hormone therapy?
It will be... Oh, gosh, I gotta do math. So I started in June of 2018.
Okay.
I'll let people do the math.
So a little over 2 years.
Yeah.
And when you... Oh, go for it.
It doesn't seem like a long time, but the first year is when, like, pretty much everything explodes. And it's like your voice starts to drop, and you get hair everywhere,
Yeah,
and a lot of it.
Not just your face.
Not just your face. Oh, God. I have hobbit feet.
Oh.
I didn't know hair grew on my toes, but they're there now.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah, thanks. I got a tattoo on my hand, and he had to shave my wrist and my hand, and it just looked like I had a black sleeve on when he shaved it, because I'm so used to seeing it kind of just go on my hand. And I was like, oh, God, it's so hairy. And he called me Otter. So, like, well...
At least otters are furry and cute.
But yeah, I got that going for me, I guess.
So when you first started on the hormone therapy, what did that do to you, like, emotionally? Because, I mean, I know that changing up your hormones had to do something.
Oh, boy, did it.
I bet you got a lot of rage.
Yeah. Like, my workouts, instead of me, like, whining that I was tired, I was, like, doing aggressive push-ups. And they got more aggressive in my workouts. It was weird, though, because I've always been, like, a mouse type of person. I would always keep my mouth shut and be shy and kind of be in the background. And then I started taking testosterone, and I said, you know what? Fuck this shit. So, I have no filter anymore.
Brother!
At work, my boss, my supervisor, there's a supervisor and then there's a boss, the owner. The things I've said in the past 2 years in front of both of them, I have not gotten fired yet. And I think that says a lot about them.
They probably appreciated the humor. I don't know.
Yeah, oh gosh, my humor's gone dark. Like, in the best way possible. Like, I do not regret anything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're big fans of the dark humor.
Oh, yes.
God.
And
yeah.
So, how about that burst of extra strength that you started getting in the muscle growth? I bet that was a trip.
So, in the past year, I've started lifting weights. And I started out with 15s. And then when I started to get, like, improvement on it, I've noticed the muscle definition on my arms was weird. It was totally different. And I started to see definition in the pectoral muscle. And it's like whenever I flex my chest, I could see like the definition around my collarbone, and then I can see, I don't know muscle groups. I call it the armpit muscle, where it
Okay.
drapes down over your ribs. I can't think what it's called.
I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the muscle groups either.
Yeah. Oh, good. Basically, though, it's since my chromosomes will never change. I'll always have the female chromosomes. And that's, something I have to accept. I can't change that unless I want to look like a mutant. So,
That's fair.
the best way for me to get like that triangle shape that a guy has instead of the hourglass is to work out the shoulders and the chest, and then just try to be on a really strict diet, which has not worked, by the way. I eat more than I have before. My metabolism hasn't met up with my appetite yet.
Uh-oh. I know that feeling.
Yeah, that's one of the things that just increased was my appetite. But anyways, I got off track. So I have to like build the triangle shape when I work out.
So a lot,
Otherwise,
like a heavy dose of upper body, core
Yes.
strength, and just keeping your legs in shape, but not really pushing
Yeah.
it.
like leg day is good, but I don't want to go too far because I don't want to have thunder thighs.
What?
Because that would
You don't want to look like a speed skater?
no, I do not.
Actually, if you ever look at a speed skater, their right leg is way bigger than their left. Because they always turn left turns. Like, seriously, the next time the Winter Games are on and they show speed skaters, look at the lopsidedness of their legs. It is crazy.
My nose is going to be so far into that TV just looking at it like, oh my god, he was right.
I just noticed it one day. I went, holy crap!
It's like, what's that movie, Lady in the Water, I think, where this guy, he only works out one side of his body.
Yes, he has one like massive side to his body. I remember that.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the joke that came to mind was when Quagmire discovered the internet. I'll just leave it
Oh
at
my!
that.
I remember that too.
Jesus. The veins.
Just the size of his arm. I just came out to check the mail.
Oh, jeez.
Ariel's just said, haven't you heard thick thighs save lives?
Two
That's my
C's.
excuse anyway. I'll keep my thighs thick, thank you.
And Kat saying, don't neglect calves, please.
Oh gosh, calves. I do a lot of calf exercises though, but mostly when I'm bored. Like at work, I'll just stand while I'm waiting for something to happen. I'll just stand and do calf raises. I don't regret those at all. I'm looking at my calves as if everyone can see them. Like, look at my calves, guys, through the netherverse.
I was actually blessed with the genetics of having some magnificent calves.
Congratulations.
Look at these things. Look at these things.
Yeah. They're like boulders.
And I haven't worked out in
Little legs.
years.
I'm not showing them on here. They're on my Twitter. People can find them.
Like, y'all do your research.
So, how did things like change once you like your voice started dropping? I mean, when your voice started to crack, what was the first time your voice cracked? What did that feel like?
It started cracking the next day. Well,
That fast.
Wow.
yes. I felt a scratch in my throat. Like, when you're about to get sick, or when you're about to have the cold, your throat starts to get scratchy.
Worst feeling in the world.
That's exactly how I felt the second day. I already felt it in my throat. I think the first week is when I started to sound like I had a constant cold. It didn't really hurt. It was just I was trying to learn how to talk again because I used to have a very high-pitched voice, and it's still kind of like up there a little bit. It's not like deep down.
Yeah, I mean, it's like for a guy, you kind of have a high-pitched voice, but it's not like unusually high.
Yeah, it's not like high. I can't even do it now. I can't go that high.
Oh no! I could go higher than you!
It's not that try. Yep, nope, it doesn't work. It cracks when I do it. But yeah, that first week, it didn't hurt, but I would try to sing in the car, and I sound like a dead cat when I tried, because I was always singing in a high-pitched voice.
Yeah, you're going to have to sing in a different register now.
Buddy. Like, I was trying to sing Johnny Cash, and it's like, well, damn, I can't go that low either. Okay, I guess my singing days are over.
No, you just got to find the right singer. Like, right now, probably not going to be able to do Maroon 5. That's a little too high-pitched for you, I think. He's a little too high-pitched for me at times.
So,
but there's a lot of good singers out there with your range.
Before I started taking testosterone, I could go as, I don't know if you've seen Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, yeah.
Christine Diet. Okay, hold on. That's exaggerating. I could go high like that. Not like Mariah Carey high, but like Christine Diet high. And now, it's like, I can't even reach one of her lower notes. So, it's completely changed any singing I do.
Yeah, I used to run karaoke, and I actually had someone that would come in and sing Phantom of the Opera. Which, it was like a cowboy bar in one place. Another place it was more rock and rap. And then also this person just burst out, Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, that would be me. I would do that.
I actually did that at karaoke once. My friend Steven, he was supposed to do the Phantom, and then he changed his mind as we were being called up. So, I had to do both, and I haven't done karaoke since.
You could probably do The Cure.
The Cure?
Or not The Cure, The Cult. Like Firewoman, and She Sells Sanctuary. That's probably within your range. That's my range. It's the high end of my range, but that's my range.
I'll have to look that up. Like, they sound familiar.
Yeah, no, I used to run karaoke, so I know quite a bit of songs. Bon Jovi's probably within your range.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jeffus. I do like Bon Jovi, though.
Living on a Prayer? I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Journey! Everybody does Journey.
Dead or Alive is another good one.
I have to belt it so hard.
Yeah, with those kind of songs, you really have to belt it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to belt it, you could probably. Oh God, what's his name? I can see it was clear as day. Phil Collins, in Genesis.
Oh God.
Oh, Ariel came up with a good one. 21 Pilots.
Ariel, I love you.
Yeah, 21 Pilots is a good one. My daughter got me hooked on them.
I've become hooked on them because of Ariel. She's converted me.
Oh yeah, she's hardcore 21 Pilots fan.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have heard of Rammstein.
Love Rammstein.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I do Du Hast in German during the karaoke. Even though it's like all the words are in English, nope, I'm doing it in German.
Yeah, you gotta do it in German. I did Mutter, or Motor, in
Ariel says
at
I love
karaoke.
you.
Oh, bleh. That's me melting.
Another
She
one.
can't see me.
Another one I really like from them is Sona.
Oh God, is that the one with?
It starts out with the counting, the eins.
That's how I learned German. To count in German from that song.
Except that they skip a number in it.
I know. For the longest time, I thought "als" was 10.
Nope.
And so, no, it's not.
No, it's
so
not. That's
10.
11.
Yeah.
And the video for that's amazing. It's like the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but
Yes.
darker.
And she's like smoking, not smoking, snorting cocaine or something. Or
What
gold.
else? Snorting cocaine. I mean, how else you got to clean up after 7 guys? That was a nod to George Carlin, just so you know. So, overall, how, like, after you started transitioning, you started noticing the changes. How did that affect you emotionally?
It's been a roller coaster. Because I mean, I was born with this body, so I grew into it, and obviously I look at it all the time, so it's mine. So when I saw things changing, it was kind of hard at first. Like, it was exciting. Um, but then like my chest size started to decrease a little bit, and so it was like I'm sort of like saying goodbye to the person I was, which is sad in and of itself. It's like some people, they can toss that person aside, no problem, but like for me, that's who I was born as, so it's hard to see that person kind of just fade away.
That's really interesting. It's not something that I ever thought about.
Yeah.
To be honest, because a lot of people that I've known or that I've talked to that are trans are like, I feel so great because I'm finally, the person I've always felt like I was inside. And you don't think that, well, maybe they did have a little bit of, a hard time letting go of the person they were before.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can see it as, especially if you're change adverse, it's what you're familiar with and you're going into the unknown.
Yeah.
And I'm change averse, so seeing changes like that would freak me the hell out, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's like it's such a mix because it's exciting and it's scary. Like, you are excited to move forward, but you're never going to see that person again who you were before. And it's like, holy shit. It's like, I'm still going to do this, but there's a grieving process that you go through, or that I went through, am going through. Because I haven't had any surgeries yet, so I'm still working on that part, but it's like, this body, I remember this body falling off a bike and getting a scar on this knee. So it's like there's memories attached to everything. And then people around me, some people I haven't even talked to since I came out, so they probably wouldn't even recognize me anymore. So it's kind of like...
Probably one of those things, I recognize the eyes, I recognize the smile, but everything else!
Like, who are you? Yeah, so...
Body snatcher!
Body snatcher! Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I think it's still gonna be, it's a lifetime transition, but it's more, you accept that the old person they've had their time, and you can say goodbye. Well, I can say goodbye and then start to move on with who I'm supposed to be.
So there's a real sort of grieving process that goes along with changing everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It
like I have a feeling when I have my chest surgery, I'm probably gonna bawl like a baby, because I'm both happy, but then it's like something that was on me is gone completely and it won't come back. Like, right. Even if I stop transitioning, those will never come back.
Even though it was something that caused you distress when they started forming.
Yeah, which is so weird. It's like, it's a love-hate that I have. It's weird. It's like, they cause me, like, this body caused me so much depression without me even realizing that it was my body that was doing it. And then, friends and family calling me she and Daphne. I didn't realize the impact it was having daily until, 2 years ago. So it's like, I didn't realize how big it was until I could finally come out and then go through that stressful process of coming out to everybody, sometimes multiple times, because some people wouldn't listen. So, especially at work. And that's still a process to go through. But yeah, it's it's a mix of emotions still, because it's still like so new of me starting everything.
Right. Of course, it's one of those things I can see too. It's like, how many people named Daphne can you pull on their beard? Come on.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, in public, since we have to wear masks, I understand when people still call me a she, because they just see the eyes. But then...
That's it. Gotta have to get a neck beard now, just for the mask.
I'm trying. It only goes down so far.
You know, honestly, I mean, you've only been on testosterone for 2 years, and you have a fairly impressive beard, I have to say. And
fuck you.
It took me forever to be able to get facial hair. I'll have to send you some, or get some pictures to Bexy. She has plenty of pictures of me with a beard. And the growth, when it comes down to about here for me, that's like a year's worth of growth. It takes me forever. And at first, all I had was this little patch here, and it slowly took like 10, 15 years for it to finally start growing out where you can see the whiskers over on my cheeks. So you, in 2 years, have blown me away. So you might get the neck beard soon enough.
I don't know if you can see.
Oh, you got a little bit of neck beard going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks so dirty. I'm like, oh,
It's about what I get, and I hate that people get all, oh, neck beard. It's like, you know when it's cold out? It's kind of nice having that built-in scarf, okay?
This beard, oh my god, has kept my face warm, and I'm like, I love you. Never go away.
You know what? I'm sorry I got mad at you when it started itching. You have been helpful now.
You know what, though? I don't have itching.
Shave
I haven't had it.
Shave it off completely, you'll get itching.
No. I don't want to.
Eventually the itching goes away if you shave enough, but, you know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe one day you will be like, okay, so I'm shaving. Either that or I'm going to see you one day. You're going to have, that full biker beard down to your belly button.
Oh, God. I'll have a braid in it.
Doing the rocker thing.
Yes.
Or the Static X, which is just the goatee that's braided all the way down beyond the belt line.
All the way down. God.
Miss you, Wayne Static.
That'll be the day.
I love Static X.
that would remind me, the shaving part, that's another thing that I had to learn too, while transitioning was, my now ex-husband, he taught me how to shave. So we went into the bathroom and he said, cause my hair was getting ridiculous. The beard was getting really messy, gross looking.
Patchy.
He's like, yes. He's like, okay, come with me. And so he grabbed the razor, he grabbed the shaving cream, and he grabbed the aftershave, and he said, you're going to watch me do this. I'm going to make a line for you, and then you're going to do it. I went, oh, God. So, yeah, he shaved his, and then I shaved mine, and I've never been cut so much on my face. I had so many toilet paper splashes on my face.
I laugh because I can associate.
I'm like, oh God, this is real.
I have to laugh a little bit because I have to shave my little brother. And this is a kid who will not shut up when I'm trying to shave around he has a very thin upper lip, and I'm like, will you be quiet so I can get this?
Either I'm going to cut off your lip or I'm going to cut your nose off.
I can't count the number of times I've nicked him right under his nose.
Oh God.
He just won't stop talking, and then I feel horrible because it bleeds forever.
And it
I'm just
stings
Bubba,
for
I'm so
days.
Sorry.
Oh, I've been nicked there. It sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually really good at shaving a man's face. I did it for a living when I worked in nursing homes. I mean, I know how to properly shave a guy.
Yeah.
But man, when they won't stop talking.
You're going to have to do it on Multiplicity. We shave him when he's asleep.
As long as he doesn't talk in his sleep.
Yeah.
He does.
Oh, Jesus. You screwed.
He does. I just throw him in the bathtub and slather him up. I'm like, just hold still.
The image is making me squeak laugh.
It's like, well, I was trying to shave him one day, and he's trying to sing Bohemian Rhapsody, and this is
Jesus.
it was something else.
He's all, will not let you shave. Let me shave. Will not let you shave. Let me shave. No, 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 no.
But then he's always really happy once he gets completely shaved and he gets out of the bathtub and he's had a really good shampoo and shave and he's been washed all over. And then he's like, thank you for shaving me. I'm like, yeah, thanks for, shutting up for 2 seconds so I can nick you.
All right, so I got to ask, when it came to the aftershave, was it gel or was it the basically rubbing alcohol?
It was gel.
Okay, the gel feels nice.
Yeah. It was minty, because I love mint stuff. It was minty, and it was the best day of my life. Because my face was, cooled off, and I could constantly smell mint everywhere I went.
Nice. Yeah, razor burn sucks. I mean, I don't know if you shaved anywhere before transitioning. Razor burn sucks. Razor burn on the face really sucks because it's visible. But yeah, the aftershave gels, seriously, I love them. I've had the regular, basically it was like rubbing alcohol with a little bit of scent. You have some nicks on your face, like, all right, let's go ahead and do the aftershave. Splat. Home Alone scene. Ah!
I found all the cuts.
Yes. I found cuts I didn't even know I had. And
it's
that's
like a hand sanitizer on a paper cut.
The worst thing I've ever had with a paper cut was having to reach into a vat of jalapenos.
Why?
I worked at a pizza place.
Garlic.
Garlic's bad. Jalapenos, for me, was way worse than garlic, and garlic was bad.
Ugh.
I've never gotten jalapeno in a paper cut, but I have gotten garlic in a paper cut. That's painful.
Hashtag life goals? Question mark.
Question mark.
So, are you going full transition? You don't have to answer.
I think. Well, I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna get the top surgery, which is the chest. There's people who go for the bottom surgery. And for me personally, it's not developed enough for me to want that.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah. I would go into details, but I'll just let know.
I know going the other direction, it's actually quite well done. I have a couple of friends that have gone male to female, and they bragged about what they got afterwards, and I gotta say, perfection. I got to see some pictures.
Yeah,
perfection.
I've watched a lot of videos on both sides, and I'm like, okay, that's fair, I guess. They get, the perfect bottom surgery, and we just get this schlong taken from our arm. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a third arm. Yay.
Yay. Yeah, well, it's like, I didn't go too far into the male to female bottom surgery, but for the female to male, I'm not going to go into huge details, but they have to take graft from your arm or your thigh. And so, until that's a thing of the past, I'm going to pass on getting bottom surgery.
And I assume they also have to use a pump, because I doubt that you can get the right blood veins to work properly and get the blood infusion right.
Well, there's a metal. Now, it could have changed since last I looked, but last I looked, and if it has changed, I would love to know. But last I looked, it's a metal rod with the stuff around it. And it has to have, a pump for it to do anything. So, yeah. It's too archaic, if that's the right word.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think that would be a
for
good
me.
word.
Although I could think of a reason to do it. Metal detectors. That's right. My junk set it off.
Like, oh, you want to see it? Okay. God forbid I go into, what's that medical device called? CAT scan?
Oh,
Oh,
God!
MRI.
Yeah.
Hips to the ceiling.
And start spinning around in circles because you're following the magnets.
Yeah, we have Kat in the chat saying metal, and Ariel saying I was always curious about that, so thanks for explaining.
And now they're cracking up because of the jokes.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So it's like, so do you have any metal on you? Because we're about to do this and you don't remember. Like, it's just one of those things. It's been so long. No, not that I can remember. And then they turn on, you're like, oh, God. Well, my penis is now stuck to the side of that.
Yeah, no, it actually wouldn't be stuck to the side of it like Ariel just said. It would rip it out with the MRI.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
It would get superheated and get pulled out of you.
Have you ever seen the video where they had an old MRI and they had one of those metal folding chairs and someone tried to pull it out? When they finally let go, that chair started flying back and forth inside that device like scary fast.
Oh, God.
Oh, Ariel does make a point. It could be all right if it was medical metal that's safe to be in an MRI. I know that they do stuff out of that.
Something that's a non-ferrous metal.
Yeah.
I got an aluminum penis. Oh.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
And now all I can hear in my head is, I woke up this morning and my penis was missing again.
It happens. You see, it's detachable. Detachable penis. King missile. Okay, this is one of the sillier episodes we've had. And we've had some silly episodes.
Like a serious topic, but it's all jokes.
So, Kat, that takes the fun out of it. Well, yeah, if your penis gets ripped off from an MRI, I'm sure it takes the fun out of it, too.
I was like, that's a fate I would not wish on anyone, not even my worst enemy. It's like...
No.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine.
I just... No.
Yeah, there's just no way. So,
where you're at now, fairly happy with yourself? You seem to be.
Yeah, like I said, it was a grieving, but yeah, I'm 95% happy. Like, there's days where my mood will drop, but that's just the hormones. Like, I know it's just the hormones, so usually I'll just, like, go talk to somebody, or I can call my therapist if I want to, but yeah, I'm more happy now in the 2 years that I've come out than I have been the past 30 years.
Wow.
I've seen that, just through interactions that you and I have had, because, I mean, I knew you before you transitioned, and I'm so happy for you. Like,
oh, thank you.
Amazingly happy for you.
Have I really been banned from Twitter for 2 years now?
It's been a while, E. It's been a while.
Oh, that just clicked. You're that guy. Like, your profile picture, did it have the big eyes or the big mouth or something?
The big eyeball.
The big
eyeball.
eyeball.
My God.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Connection made. Okay. Jesus.
I was either my full name, or I was Hellhound Phoenix, or Sue Denim, Sock Puppet Truths.
Wow.
I was also Hellhound Ramses.
Yes, I remember Bexy going off and saying, "Bring him back, let him come back." Holy shit!
Yes, I even hashtagged that because that's the. You know, this man is one of my best friends.
Aww.
And I just, I hate that he's not on Twitter anymore.
Kat, Kat was asking, what did I do? That's a conversation for off the air. and every account has a different reason, so...
Yes, they do.
But the long and short of it is, I have no filter.
Ariel says, oh, the eye.
Yeah, I started the big eyeball thing, and I did that. It was a Facebook thing for Halloween. I said, let's fill Facebook with eyeballs, and like a good 30-40% of my friends and family did it, and it was like people were getting creeped out, and it started spreading. Like it was the year of the eyeball on Facebook.
The eyeball finally grew on me, and when he changed it, I missed it.
Yeah, and then I went with the frog face with the really, really big mouth from that Instagram filter.
Yes.
Or the Snapchat filter.
God, that's a small world. I remember spreading that hashtag too. It was like free. Oh, what was it, Bex? Do you remember?
It's probably Free Phoenix. That was my last one.
I remember it, but I'm really, really bad about name dropping, and if I say the hashtag, it's going to name drop, so I can't.
Of course. Yeah, it actually was funny that on Discord, my icon's actually a Belgian waffle. It was a really good waffle.
I love you so much, you'll be my profile picture.
Yep. It was actually kind of a joke towards Shrek, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
God.
I love staying up late and swapping manly stories so I can make waffles in the morning.
Of course, you have a husband that wants to go kill the neighbor's chicken.
Of course.
Oh, man.
So, anybody in the chat, you guys have any questions? Other than what did I do? You know, any questions for Mark?
That's a mystery, though.
I've wondered about the waffle picture.
That was from Kat.
It says Kat.
Yeah, it was homemade Belgian waffle with some strawberries on it, and I took a picture of it and went, you know what, that's my profile picture. Oh, Brandy got dropped.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I want to do the Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah.
Brandy, what's this about killing chickens? That's a story. Hey, you and Bexy are friends. She can tell you. So, any questions for Mark? Because, I mean, I'm sure there's questions about transitioning.
Oh, yeah, like...
Ariel said that... Go for it,
Ariel
Bexy.
says she has a question, but doesn't know if it's too personal.
Nothing's too personal.
Nothing's too personal. You better be careful. I will push those envelopes.
My thing is, I want people to be educated instead of assuming. So, like, if I have to be personal, then I will be fucking personal.
And that's how I am with when I share about my stuff, too.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Kat says you prevented me from having to ask about transition bottom surgery.
What is with this in butts? Just kidding.
Okay. Ariel wants to know if it's too personal, he can skip, but what is it like dealing with a period while transitioning?
So, I don't have it anymore. It stopped completely 2 months, or, 4 months after I started the injections is when it stopped. Because before, my periods would be, like, really heavy. Like, it would hurt. I have bad cramps. And then, when I started the injections, it started to decrease until it's, like, spotty, and then totally nothing. And I haven't had a period since. So, it has been the best ever.
Like,
every woman would agree with that.
Oh my god.
I know women that have taken Depo-Provera shots and that was their favorite part, was no periods.
Now here's the freaky thing is, I live with my sister, and I will still get freaking cramps when she is about to start her period.
Oh, it's that cycle matching stuff.
Yes. I'm like, why? Like, I will get the cramp as if I am about to have my period. It'll hurt in my leg, because that's how my cramps go. It'll, like, I don't know if it's like punching a nerve or whatever, but it'll hurt my leg. And, like, I'll slow turn to my sister and say, "Are you about to start?" Like, yes. Like, can you just do it already? More.
I can see it. One of these days you're going to be walking by, get a cramp, and you just look at her and say, "Don't you dare bitch at me," and just keep walking.
So, yeah, it's, I still get those. But yeah, I don't have periods. Thank God. That's one of the best things since I started.
So you're like, "I'll take the cramps." But
Sure, all day. Tylenol, ibuprofen. I can do those.
No more changing things.
God.
Okay, Brandy wants to know, how accepting is the dating world?
Well, it's weird because I used to be just into guys, and then it seems like the more I've transitioned, the more interested I've been in both, which, I mean, men and women. So it's like, it feels like my orientation keeps changing. So the dating world is just all screwy. It just seems like experimental right now, but from the people I've dated a gay guy. That was interesting. He was very flamboyant. And I'm currently dating a girl right now, but she's in Australia. So everyone I've dated has been accepting of it, because before we start getting serious, I tell them, like, before the first date even happens, I say, just so you know, in case this gets far, there's nothing downstairs because I'm transgender. So
yeah, you go reaching down there for my balls, you're gonna get a pocket. Sorry.
There's a pocket. So yeah, pocket. Yeah. But yeah, there's no lump there. But yeah, I'm totally honest with them in the beginning. If they break it off then there's like no feelings lost. There's no hurt. So
it's better to get it out of the way up front, I think.
Yes. Like, it's hard to talk about, but it's better to talk about it.
I mean, one of my sayings, and I know Brandy's heard me say it quite a few times, being forewarned is fair warned.
Yeah. Yeah. Same, Bexy. Same.
Bexy, I felt that in my soul. What little bit is left.
I had a sympathy cough in your name.
Goodness.
So,
yeah.
What is your favorite part so far of being, of having testosterone?
Honestly, it's right now going into a client's office, them not knowing what I'm going through, and them calling me sir. Like, automatically. It's like instant validation is my favorite part right now. Which it took a long time to get to, because before it would just be, they would see me without the beard and go, "Yes, ma'am." Like, but it's sir. So, yeah, like, I don't try to shove it down people's throats, because I don't want to be that person that people just, like, roll their eyes as, like, oh, they're probably going to talk about this about themselves today.
Oh, great. So, we got ourselves a Karen that's going through a transition. Still a Karen? No, that's awesome.
We got a Brad.
Yeah, we got a Brad.
But yeah, the validation is the best part.
I mean, like, right off the bat, all I saw, a dude. That's all you are. To me, you're a dude. That's all there is to it. I don't care which way whether you have to stand or sit while you pee. You're a dude.
Yeah. Yeah, the bathroom scene is an interesting scene, too.
Most guys pretty much keep to themselves in the restroom, which is nice.
They do. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I go, like, my first visit into a male bathroom, I have a beard. I haven't gone in when I don't have a beard because I don't want to try to explain that one. So, like, the beard gives me more validation to be in there. So when I went in there, obviously I have to go into a stall because I don't have anything to go to a urinal with.
Right.
And so, in the women's bathroom, there's a lot of chatter. At least the ones I've been in, there's a lot of chatter. And they talk about everything. In the men's bathroom, they don't hold back on their farts.
Nope.
They do not. There is...
You will sometimes get rated on your farts.
They do not care.
They usually don't care, but sometimes you'll get that one guy that'll laugh and be like, I'll give that a 7.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
I do that.
Like, I was sitting stall mates. This guy just rips one. And I can't help but go, like, shit, he hurt me. And then he went, oh god. So,
Yeah, no.
it's an experience.
I've worked in an office where I had a C-level coworker in the stall next to me. He blasted one. I chuckled. He laughed. I rated it. He laughed harder. We came out of the stalls, and I realized, holy crap, this guy could fire my entire department like that.
Wow.
It's like, that was a good shit, bro.
How about them depth charges?
Oh,
But when it's in the restrooms, all titles and everything just melt away. You're just dudes in the bathroom. That's just it.
Dude.
And you're right. It's like, there's almost no talking. It's super rare.
Oh, god. Yeah.
Okay, so we have another question. Ariel wants to know, she says, I had heard one reason guys wear shorts when it's cold out is because testosterone makes your core warmer, so they're able to just go out in winter with shorts and be okay, because it's like a balance. Have you noticed anything like that? Any warmer body temperature type thing?
Ooh.
I have. My skin has gotten more dense, and the hair on my body is more coarse. It's like nothing is as soft as it was. So I am like an oven now. Yeah. When I'm not around my family, I am literally walking around in boxers and a t-shirt because otherwise I will burn the hell up. Yeah, you're nodding. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
When I go out, like right now, in Indiana, it's cold, but I'm going out in a t-shirt because otherwise, if I'm wearing a coat right now, I will sweat, and it's nasty. So I wear a t-shirt, so I can totally believe that. Yes,
I'm the guy that will wear a parka and shorts in the snow.
And it's like the legs seem like the thickest, so you don't have to worry about covering them because they're going to survive anything.
Let me guess, when you sleep, you kick your legs out now from under the blankets.
Yes. What are covers, even? I don't know.
I literally sleep covering only the areas I don't want mosquitoes biting. And that's one very private area. Other than that, I am just... I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to
That was a
say,
really good
as
question.
As someone who had a major hormone imbalance in their body, I used to be a lot warmer. And I used to I could run around in absolutely nothing. Now I'm cold constantly since I'm on medication to correct that. It's like,
Oh gosh.
I'm freezing all the time.
If I give you a hug, it would balance out.
Like even I run, my body temperature
That
runs
will
so
happen
warm.
one day. I will meet you in person. You will get a hug.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Bexy told me that she's not leaving California if she ever visits until she gives me a hug. So I swore I'd never give her a hug. That way I could keep her hostage.
Oh, that's brilliant.
He did do that.
Yeah, no, I run warm enough to where cuddling to go to sleep is pretty much out of the question. it doesn't happen. I mean, and it's not necessarily that I'm going to overheat, it's that I'm going to overheat you.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Like,
will overheat, but yeah.
When I was still living with my now ex-husband, when we would sleep, we do the, cuddling and stuff. But then it's like 5 minutes into it, I felt like I was drenched in sweat just 5 minutes into it. And I was like, nope. So I turn over, and he would get so mad. It's like, I'm going to kill you like the sun right now if we don't separate. Okay. So, yeah.
Brandy says you shouldn't have told me ahead of time.
Damn, that was
Yeah,
a really good
overheating
question.
is a thing.
Yeah. And it's like, these are just things that I take for granted, so it's not things that I really think of, and you're like, oh yeah, no, that's that, yeah.
And the second thing is, so I went through my female puberty, I'm going through my male puberty, I still gotta go through menopause. So, I have a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, look forward to, I don't know if that's necessarily the way to look at it, but I get it.
Oh, total sarcasm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm overheating now. I can't wait until I'm 60. Oof. I will run around naked. What are clothes?
Yeah. I'm gonna change the definition for hot flashes.
Yeah. Like, Fantastic Four, what's his name? The Flame guy.
Oh god, I can't remember his name. I really
Human
didn't get into
Torch.
Fantastic Four. Oh, Human Torch.
Yeah, that'll make me at 60.
Or Mrs. Doubtfire. I've only been a woman for a day and I'm already having hot flashes.
There's a woman and I'm having hot flashes.
God. I feel like I'm having one right now.
I would actually love a hot flash right now. I'm cold.
So I have a question. With you going through your hormone therapy and all that, any regrets about children? Like biological children?
Yeah. There is a big regret because in 2014 I had 3 miscarriages.
Ouch.
So,
Ouch.
yeah. So that kind of hit like really hard. And I think basically my body was saying, you can't have these. You're supposed to be a dude.
So even
it's like,
so even a part of your body seems to have been like, nope.
Reject it. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So yeah, and 2014 was the year we got married. So yeah, miscarriages suck. And it's like, I feel kind of humbled, though, to be able to go through being in a female body and experiencing those things that a woman experiences, like a period and pregnancy and feeling it, inside. Because it was weird when I had the miscarriage. It was at 6 weeks. But it's like, when it was gone, I instantly knew it was gone. Like, something inside my body said, you are not pregnant anymore. And it was the weirdest drop in, like, my soul that I've ever had. To which I can only imagine what women go through when they have miscarriages or stillbirths even. Like, when it's almost full term. And that was just me at 6 weeks. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever told anyone that before. Except, obviously, my mom, and then my now ex-husband.
And now literally the internet.
Literally the internet, hello.
Well, there is some good news. That there was, I read about it, God, it was a few years ago. Was it a few years ago? It was maybe 3 years ago at most, that they actually have developed a way to take your skin cells and convert them into actual viable sperm cells.
Really?
Yeah. So You might be able to have biological kids go in the other direction.
That would be freaking awesome, because freezing eggs is like, I'm past that now. Since my period's over, they can't take the eggs and freeze them anymore.
Right.
And that's expensive as hell to do.
Oh, I know. We went through IVF. I know.
And it's like, that's one thing that my ex-husband and I talked about, was egg freezing, because he wanted biological kids, and so did I, but my body just couldn't have them. So that was an option we were trying to look at, but it was like we couldn't get the money together. And then by the time we were actually discussing everything, my period had stopped. So it was like, well, shit. And he still wanted biological kids. I wanted kids. So, it was either adoption or it was, what are they called? Surrogate, which are both very expensive still.
And I was just doing a little research here online, and it's all over the place. I just did a search for sperm from skin cells, and they're saying they're not quite at the point of generating the gametes yet, but they're definitely on track for that, and that the end of infertility is right around the corner.
Wow.
A single donor could even provide both sperm and eggs, creating a unibaby. That's from October 14th, 2018, from The Guardian Science.
Wow.
February 6, 2020, a new study on how and when the precursors to eggs and sperm are ... are developed and formed. Yeah, so now they're starting to find out how they can do it, and they're also doing it with stem cells, they're doing it with skin cells. Yeah, so we're not far from that. It's within the realm of possibility that you might be able to father a child.
That would be like one of the best things, because I thought that my days of having my own child was over, and I was getting, what's it called, when you see a baby and then you want a baby instantly?
Going baby crazy.
Clock.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going by Archer's term, baby crazy.
Baby crazy. Like, my sister has her child, and I was just like,
crazy.
I was baby crazy for a year.
Oh, I'm still the queen of baby crazy.
I have a lot of kids, and I'm now a grandfather as of Sunday. I love babies.
You like them, or you like having them? The process that it takes to have one.
Oh, well, that's always fun. But yeah, no, so, I mean, obviously, there is a clock, because it's like, I had my last kid, I was just over 40. I was at 40, actually. And I did not, I'm happy, honestly. I'm 43. My youngest is 3. He's the best. He really, really is. But, man, it was scary having a kid at 40 going, man, I'm going to be almost 60 before this kid moves out. That was kind of scary. So you being in your 30s, that clock is definitely going. And we don't know, all it takes is a couple of good breakthroughs. Because, I mean, even, back in 2014, the idea of being able to take one type of cell and create, egg cells as sperm cells was considered a myth. It was, that's the holy grail. Or, it's impossible. And here we are now. They're freaking doing it, and they're trying to refine the process.
And freaking skin cells. Like, that's the last thing I would have thought.
Yeah, I was expecting, they have to go down, 3/4 of the way down your esophagus and scrape from there. Because those are some of, the purest cells that you have in your body. And I'm just sitting there going, man, the things you go through to have a kid. But here we are, man. Skin cells, some of the most easily damaged cells on the planet.
Right?
But yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
just
amazing.
like, I'm looking at my arm, picturing a child in the future. One day, you will be a child.
Get an exfoliating scrub and just gather it all.
Form it into a human child.
Yeah. This is my army.
Go forth.
You know, and I don't want to give you false hope, but also at the same time, I don't want you going forward going, it's never going to happen. There's the possibility.
Yeah,
it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
So,
Ariel.
Like...
She just said the stuff floating in the air.
Little bebis.
Yeah, you like exfoliate, sneeze. Oh god, all my kids went everywhere.
Joseph.
No, Joseph, get away from the air ducts. Freaking Joseph, that was great. But yeah, no, I mean, that's something to keep an eye out on. That could be something that, you know, one day, with luck, you could be a father.
Yeah, that would be like
without having, without it being adopted, being genetically yours.
Yeah, seeing like my dumbness in this child.
Oh god, that's the best. That's the best. You see your kid do something dumb, you're like, I remember doing that.
Oh, it's me.
Yep.
Look at you.
Oh god, Ariel.
Oh my god. Baby's in the air. Oh my god, the vacuum.
Matthew.
Damn skin mites eating all my bibis.
I'm dying.
I hurt. Oh, God. I haven't laughed this hard on the podcast ever. Ariel, thank you. All my babies are stuck in the HEPA filter.
Oh god, the HEPA filter. Oh my. I can't even,
And now there's gonna be those people. There's gonna be those people that bite their hangnails and be like, tastes like bibis.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
See, this is why I want to start a comedy podcast, too.
Oh, man.
Ariel keeps trying to
Ariel
take a
keeps
drink.
trying to take a drink. Never do that around Eric. You will
Name drop!
Spontaneously clean your nostrils out. Trust me.
You just name dropped. Like the moist mayonnaise. That got you twice in one day.
Twice in one night.
There was a guy driving around town who had a sticker on the back of his truck window that said moist mayonnaise. So I made a meme with the eyes of the moist lady underneath it.
Moist mayonnaise.
I just... moist mayonnaise. That's up there with going... Well, there was a thing. It was on Reddit. It was... mildly annoying curses that would drive someone insane. And someone said every time you close the refrigerator door, the milk immediately goes to the back corner of your refrigerator, and the ketchup, mustard, and mayo all move into the front of it. That's why a guy goes, well, I guess I'm going to have to try those mayo cornflakes. And I was just, Ariel.
Angry mayo noises.
I think I have a case of the giggles. My abs are going to look fantastic after this workout.
Oh, gosh.
So that's a question I have. Like, did you work out a lot before you started your testosterone to be able to compare how your muscle growth has changed?
No, I didn't. No, like, all motivation to work out beforehand was Jesus, was not there. But it's like, once I started realizing that I had to shape myself, that's when the motivation to work out started. It was like, I have to look, for me, I have to look like a triangle. I'm going to build my muscles to look like a triangle. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
I lied a little bit. Before I did testosterone, I did the workout program called Insanity.
I know the Insanity workout. That thing is hell.
It is. I did it once, and I
Same.
graduated, and I got the t-shirt, and then I thought it'd be cute to try it again. And that killed all motivation to work out completely. Yeah. I was like, I did it once, I can do it again. And then day 3, I'm like, well, this shake looks good. I'm going to have some ice cream. So, yeah.
Yeah, and now Ariel's saying that the angry Mayo noises was a meme, and I found it. It is freaking hilarious.
Oh my
Oh, Jesus.
It's like a blank, like they took the label off of the mayo, but it has that blue top, and it's obviously mayo, and they drew this angry face on it in red, and it is amazing.
Now I have to look for it.
I don't know if I can do double things on my phone. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Ah, Bexy found it.
Yes, I did.
Oh man.
I gotta admit, you're definitely one of the funniest guests we've had on here.
Oh good. I like laughing and choking on air when I'm trying to laugh.
Ariel just texted it to us.
I saw it.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to drop that on Twitter for Mark to see.
Jeepers.
Now, I'm wondering, did we follow each other on Twitter before your transition? Before I got permabanned?
Okay.
You recognize my icons.
Yeah. My username used to be... Oh, gee, okay. Dappa D. D-A-P-P-A-D. Oh,
I
what
don't
was
know
the
that we
handle?
followed, but I remember you.
Yes, that was a me.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. David Hayden Jones gave me that nickname. I can't remember,
Oh,
like, the reason was.
catch.
Cut, yes.
What's with this less than 3?
Oh my god.
Do not know the way.
I love that. I used to say that to people like, I less than 3 you.
Yeah. And the poor guy thought people were telling him he was less than a 3. Like, oh, buddy.
No.
Oh, it's so sweet that you're so
No.
ignorant.
That's cute.
He was just so adorable.
Yeah, gosh, those were the days.
That was around the same time that the whole Supernatural family went into full-blown civil war, though, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez.
That was sad. I hated seeing that.
Yeah.
It
And
was awful.
For those that don't know, the Supernatural family, it's still a family, but it's pretty damn dysfunctional at this point. But for a long time, it was a super tightly knit group of fans that interacted with the actors and producers and writers all the time and had a lot of back and forth and accomplished a lot of great things. And then, like a lot of things, it gets really big. Eventually, tribalism started happening, fracturing started happening, and it got bad. It got really bad.
yeah. Like, when if one of the actors ever did something, human, like get drunk, they'd get torn apart by one side of the fandom, and then you'd have that war with the other side of the fandom, and I don't even think it's fixed now. I think it's still kind of, well, probably not tonight since it's the series finale, but I think for the most part the fandom is still kind of split on that one.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, there's those ones that are full-blown stans of like one actor and gives them a free pass on everything, and everyone else is held to the, like this nth degree of, scrutiny that no one else, and it's just so painful.
It is.
It's cringy at times. It just gets so petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not
petty
trying.
Is a good word.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to crap on any particular group, because I mean, obviously there are different groups of stands for the different actors and actresses throughout, but there are a couple that are very well known for their, I hate to say it, but I'm just going to say it, their toxic fandom, because that's what it is. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I wish that they weren't as toxic. I wish that they would accept that people are humans. And people make mistakes. And people are allowed to do stupid stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like, there was that whole thing with David. Like, I think it was last year is when a lot of accusations started going around towards a lot of the actors with, like, sexual harassment in the direct messages, and it's like the specific people in the fandom will find stuff on the actors, and they will just launch this full-blown war on them for no reason.
Yeah, and it could be stuff from like 15 years ago.
Yes.
And even then it was really non-consequential, and even today's standards, you look at it, it's like, really? That's just BS.
Yeah, and it's like, if this was a problem, like with sexual harassment stuff, then I don't think Twitter is the place for you to try to get this person in trouble. They should go to the authorities with that stuff.
Right, don't air your grievances out like that. Do it through the proper channels.
Exactly.
And Ariel's
like
saying,
you can talk to...
Ariel just named it. She said, sadly, a lot of fandoms are like that as they grow, and it's cancel culture. And that's what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the only culture that needs to be canceled, is cancel culture itself.
Yeah.
Because it's such a double standard. They're like, oh, we're going to cancel this person over something they did 15 years ago. Well, your guy just did that 3 nights ago. Oh, well, we're going to ignore that.
Yeah, but he's God. It's fine.
Yeah.
Your person, however, yeah.
Yeah. I hate cancel culture. Ugh. I could do episodes, plural, on just cancel culture if I was doing a different podcast. But, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Because there's so much content out there to grab references from.
Yeah, and the thing is that the people that are involved in cancel culture really try to act like their own past is untouchable. Sorry, you try to cancel someone, you're going to get someone that's going to look at you with the fine-tooth comb, look through your history. I guarantee they're going to find something. That's just all there is to it. Everybody's made mistakes.
Yeah, huge.
And the way I look at it, it's like, okay, if someone was like, if someone was like hugely racist 10 years ago, but in that 10 years, they have come to realize, hey, that was wrong, I am sorry, they go out of their way, they make amends, and they fight against racism all the way up to today, don't hang them over 10 years ago when they have shown growth and change. Cancel culture says you're not allowed to change. And that, I think, for me, that's the biggest issue, is your changes don't matter. Which then says, okay, well, if changes don't matter, then I guess I'll just be that horrible person from so long ago. Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's like there has to be acceptance of growth.
Mm-hmm.
And
if someone's hugely racist for 10 years solid, and they're still racist today, by all means, go for them. But if they have changed their ways, leave them alone. And you know what? Try to learn from them. What made them change? How did they change? Can they teach you anything that you can use to help others change? They're a resource.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to get like too political with stuff, but there was a term that I didn't realize was racist in the blank lives matter. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought I was ignorant, and I thought the all lives matter was pro, not racist. I thought, yeah, all lives matter, let's include everybody. And then someone said, in a very nice way, they explained to me why it was bad to say that. I was like, well, shit. I am sorry. I thought I was doing good. So it's like, if people just explain, or if people say, I'm sorry, and then they learn from it, and then change it, it should be accepted. Not for all the posts they made before that.
Right. And that's like, and even if someone still disagrees with what you're saying, be civil about it.
Exactly.
There's no reason to cancel. None.
You don't have to personally attack people. I mean, if you disagree with their idea, then disagree with the idea, but don't go after them personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, did we go off topic.
We did.
But, I mean, we're just looking at the chat room, we're getting a lot of exactly, amen, for sure. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like, I think that it comes down to growth. If you are showing effort to be the best you that you can be, cut them some slack for their past. Seriously.
Yeah. I will try to bridge it a little bit with the growth thing. Transitioning isn't just a me thing. It is a family thing also, because like my mom, for example, has to watch Daphne disappear and then has to watch Mark emerge. So it's a transition for her to see her child go through, two different people.
Right.
Over 2 years. And for her to just accept it, to me, instantly, I couldn't imagine what she's going through behind the phone. Or, when we're not talking, does she cry at night about, losing Daphne? Because I don't want to ask her that. So, it's a transition for the people that you choose to involve in it. Because they have to change also.
Yeah. And there is another way to look at it, too, that maybe is how your mom's looking at it. You're still you. Your personality is still you. Yeah, you've become a little less filtered, a little more vocal. There's been definitely some personality changes, but the core of who you are probably hasn't changed that much.
Oh, not at all. I'm still a stupid, artsy person who loves Star Wars, and I laugh at stupid jokes. Yeah, that's never going to change.
You just insulted me by saying stupid, artsy person who likes Star Wars and laughs at stupid jokes. That's me!
And me.
Okay.
No, I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
In a good way.
Yes, no. I'm probably the hardest person to offend on the planet. If not the planet, pretty close to it. I try to take everything that somebody says to me in a positive light. I do. Until you prove to me that you have ill intent towards me, I don't assume it.
That's good.
Yeah. I want people to be like that. So it's like, be the change you want to see in the world. I try to make sure I see everybody in the most positive light that I can until you show me otherwise. But once you show me otherwise, I will allow a second chance. I almost never allow third chances. Just the way I am.
Yeah. That's good. I wish more people were like that.
I mean, I accepted you at face value. How you came to me, the way that you've talked to me, the things that you said, that's you. I accept all of that. I accept that you were Daphne. I accept that you have some issues with grieving of seeing Daphne going away yourself. But you're Mark. You're a dude. you like Star Wars and you're artsy. You laugh at all jokes, it seems, which is awesome. You have a very broad sense of humor. I would assume that maybe you're a gamer. Just a thought.
Yes.
There we
Yeah.
go. I'll probably
Super-
one day I'll probably
Super
play.
talented artist. I must say, I have artwork by Mark.
I'm gonna need to see some.
It's
And-
amazing. I have a profile picture of mine that he edited for me for Halloween one year. One of my favorite pictures. I love it. I also have some custom-made Lucifer artwork from Supernatural that is amazing.
Oh, God, I forgot I did that. Holy shit.
Yeah, I still have it.
And Ariel just said about your mom that she kind of had another child.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Like, because on Facebook, she will post, like, if there's ever something that's associated with a son, she'll post it, and then she'll tag me in it, and she'll say, my number one son. So it's like, she goes out of her way to validate it, instead of just saying, yeah, I accept it.
I love
She,
your
like,
mom. I don't know her, but I love her.
Oh,
She's-
me too.
Yeah, I love her to death. She's a big goofball, too.
Man, she sounds like your number one fan.
Yeah, as they should be.
Oh,
I think.
I just got a copy of the Long Live the King that you did. That's amazing with the melting
Yeah, there's-
skin face. Like, from,
There's
when
two.
Lucifer's body was failing,
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. That's been a minute.
and that
Is
second,
It has been a minute, but they're awesome.
and then there's the other one that I just got sent, Hail to the King Baby, where the head's sticking out of the circle, and that one really looks like Mark. Like, it's got the Lucifer glare and everything. Like, holy crap.
Yeah,
Dude.
that one, that was the first one I did where I used hashes instead of shading. So, like,
Yes.
all the shading is just lines. And that took forever. I don't
Oh,
know
I'm
what
sure.
that style's called.
That is an exact... Okay, so Bex just sent one of herself with the flames and stuff. Did you scan her face in, or did you draw that?
She sent me the profile picture, and then it's just, I added layers and layers
Okay.
of different, yeah, it's more of a picture edit than it is a
Yeah.
drawing.
But I still love it.
That is amazing. Yeah, you're definitely a very talented artist.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm sure that your mom has been just your rock. I mean, she sounds like she's your ride or die.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she'll just send me text messages asking how I'm doing. She's always asking on updates on the name change, because it's still in the process, which is a very long process.
And
Of getting your
expensive.
name changed. $450.
So much cheaper
what
so much cheaper to just get married and change your name.
Right?
I know this because my son's girlfriend, she hates her birth name, so she changed her name, and she just absolutely wants nothing to do with the name change process. She looked into it and went, damn, that's tedious and expensive. And I was just like, marry my son, change your name, and then divorce.
Bars.
Or just get it nullified. You know, it's not that expensive. You go to the courthouse, you get married, you change your name, and then you nullify. And you don't have to do just the last name. You can do the full name change to what you want.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, it is expensive. I don't know what it is like in California. But Indiana, you have to get all the paperwork together, like the application to fill it out. Then you have to get it notarized. And by the way, everything I did, for some reason, something was wrong the first time I did it, so I've always had to drag it out longer than it should have been. So you fill out the application, you get it notarized, and then you send it in, and then you have to have it in, what are they called? You have to have it published in a newspaper, for 3 weeks. That way, people can object to it.
Which is stupid.
Yes. Because,
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, what if my dad saw that in the newspaper, he could have went in and said no. So he could have objected to it, and I'm like, why would that matter to him when I am in my 30s? So that's kind of, I wish that would go away, but I understand for debt collectors and stuff, would need to see that there's a name change going on. But I just had the court date in October, and so by the court standards, it is legal, my name change. I'm waiting to get a social security card, a new birth certificate, and driver's license.
When I was in San Diego, I knew people that could get that real cheap, but,
Yeah. Those avenues would be nice.
They weren't exactly legal. No, I didn't know anybody just as a little bit of a joke. I didn't know anyone specifically, but I knew people that knew people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I ain't dropping names.
6 degrees of legality.
And looks like Ariel lost the connection for a minute.
For a little bit, yeah.
She needs a Sebastian logo. Ariel.
Her connection was floundering. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Ariel. I couldn't help it.
I hope it didn't make her too crabby.
Ah. We're drowning in these puns now.
See, if I was text messaging, I could come up with so many puns because I have time to think of one.
We're going to get conked out here.
She said I went out loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry. These puns are getting really shellfish. Yeah, all I hear is Ariel's going to get, going to be on the show one of these days, and she's going to totally name drop me exactly like in the movie with that swooning sound. I'd be like, damn it. Anybody else have any questions? We've had Mark on for a while here. We're coming up on an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus, I usually don't talk that much. Damn.
Welcome to the podcast.
Smile.
Yeah, Bexy and I are really good at getting people to talk. It's actually a gift that I've had for a long time. I can just get people to talk.
I can get people to shut up pretty quick.
Oh, I can do that too.
It's mostly because I embarrass myself and others.
I shouldn't have said that, but I did.
Yeah, when I'm trying to, at work when I'm trying to say goodbye, every single time I will stagger my words and I'll mumble it out to something that's not even English, and I just pray that they didn't hear me, and then I just turn around and walk, and that's every time I try to say goodbye to somebody.
And then Brandy, who used to work with me, she just said about, be about shutting people up. You sure have, E. Yeah, sometimes, though, those were manic episodes, and if I could have grabbed those words and shoved them back in my mouth and swallowed them, I would have. But I didn't, because I can't. My dog burst open my door.
I want to be part of the podcast.
I'm sure she would love it. But no, seriously, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for sharing. It seems that, just from my own perspective, and maybe you can, being part, go through the whole transition process, maybe you can give some more perspective. but it seems that there's more male to female transition than there is female to male. Would you agree, disagree?
I've noticed, yeah, I've noticed, like, my train of thought just went, but yeah, I've noticed that there's more, at least in my community here in Indy, there's more, you can do this, male to female transitions. And I don't know if I'm just, like, not noticing the FTMs of female to male, but yeah, I think the community here is mostly, Jesus, male to female.
Yeah, and that's what I see a lot here in California is male to female. I mean, I can count quite a few male to female that I know, and you're literally the second female to male that I've ever met. You know, and it's just... So it was really great getting that because, you know, again, I would love to get a male to female on the show, too, just so we could get that other perspective.
Yeah.
But you were able to answer a lot of questions that, you know, I've had, too. So, and a lot of people answered asked a lot of the questions, too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like... Oh, sorry, Bex.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
It's like I said before, I don't want people to, like, assume when they see an FTM that they know, like, oh, that's why they're doing that. That's why they're looking like that. Like, I'd rather educate and get too personal in order to answer someone's question than for them just to be too scared to ask. So, like, on any platform, like even on Twitter, I've been like, if you have questions, I literally don't care what the question is. Because Google will have, you know, those types of things on there too, but I'd rather someone ask. Someone that's going through it.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, we have Ariel saying, thank you for answering my questions. And Brandy also saying, yes, thank you for honestly opening up and answering questions.
Yeah, and then Brandy was also talking about what she meant was my ability to get people to talk. Brandy was one of the quietest people I had ever met when she joined where I worked with her. By the time I left, she was just as big a chatterbox as I was, and damn, that sense of humor was amazing. It was like a wicked sense of humor, and I have to admit, I full-blown tormented her sometimes. Like, there was a website, I don't know that it exists anymore, it was called The Struggle. And it was one of those trap websites where if you went to, you know, the title of the website sounded really, like, tame and all that, but it was... Basically, this was a guy giving himself head to heavy metal, okay? That's what was going on. And I was talking about, because at the time she was trying to break into IT, and I said this lady had this whole story about, you know, being a female, getting into the male-dominated world of IT, and what, you know, that was just a big struggle, and she made a website called The Struggle, and she went ahead and opened that up at the computer lab at school.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and because of me, she knows about Let Me Google That For You. If you don't know Let Me Google That For You, you need to know. It is amazing. So when
I need to know.
When people ask stupid questions that they can easily just Google, it's just use the acronym, you know, just like the LMGTFY, Let Me Google That For You.com, and you put in the exact search term you want, and you click the button, you know, for either search or, you know, I'm feeling lucky, and it gives you a website that you can send to them, and you can also shorten it down to a short URL. So you copy and paste that and send it to them, and when they click on it, it brings up the browser, and it goes to Google. It says, step 1, go to Google. Step 2, type in your question. Step 3, hit search. Was that so hard? And then it pulls up the results of exactly what you searched.
Oh, God.
It is the most smart-ass way to give them their answer.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I've been guilty of asking stupid questions to where I could easily just Google it, or, like, even talk to my phone, like, I can't do it now, but, like, okay, Google. But yeah, like my ex would always get mad. I'd be like, what color is the sky, ex-husband of mine? And you go, really? Like, you could just Google it. So yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever get one of those dumb things, just go ahead and let me
I'm
Google
gonna.
that for you.
I'm gonna.
And actually, Brandy told me that she was actually asked about that in an interview, what that website was. And she responded to me one time. She's like, thank you so much for having trolled me with that site so I knew what it was. And I was like, what the hell company uses that in an interview? That's amazing.
Right?
And then Cap said, we use that at work on Helpdesk. Brandy, I use that with some of the library text with troubleshooting Chromebooks.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to troll people with the internet. It's amazing. Especially other people that are just like, they ask stupid questions. Here, let me help you. By showing you how to help yourself. I like the ID 10T error. Idiot.
I love the ID10T errors.
Another two terms I loved was PEBCAC. Problem exists in the chair, not in computer. Or no, problem exists between the chair and keyboard. And then picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer.
Picnic. I'm going to use that one. I like that one.
But we did get some people thanking you for being so open and honest. So
Yes.
Oh,
and seriously,
totally, yeah.
seriously, thank you very much for being so open and honest. And you were talking about how you wanted to share like your story, and your story, as you even pointed out, you have some differences from others, like the fact that you kind of grieved and mourned losing part of who you used to be. You know, watching the body of Daphne vanishing before your eyes. And some people, they celebrate every bit of it. You know, it's like they...
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it really brought me back to when we had Dark Sakura on earlier this season. You know, just because you know someone with autism, you know one person with autism. Or one person who is autistic. You don't... You know, it's... Everybody's different. And it's like your story, you had some unique wrinkles that Google wouldn't have said.
Yeah. That's why I like talking to people face to face. Well, voice to voice about it. Like every FGM, every MTF, that's female to male, male to female. Every experience is completely different, and there's some people that they have a dead name and they have a dead birthday. Their new birthday is when they came out. Some people, that's their new birthday. So
they're basically trying to run so far from who they were.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like every story is really interesting because none of them are the same. Except for the fact that they are transitioning from this to this. And there's some people out there who don't even take injections. They just want the identity. They don't want the testosterone or the I just lost it. The female one.
Estrogen?
Estrogen, yes. So there's some people who don't have any surgeries at all. They just identify. So it's like even transitions in that part is completely different.
Right.
So
and I can understand and appreciate the people that may not want to go through the hormone therapy. It does a lot to your body. It puts your body through the ringer. And it's relatively safe, but it's not without its risks.
Yeah, and it's a lifetime. I'm going to be doing testosterone until I'm on my deathbed. So there's not a point where it stops to where I can just not take it anymore. I have to keep going to the doctor and getting the blood tests to figure out if the levels I'm taking... Because if you take too much testosterone, too much can turn into estrogen. So they have to keep an eye on the levels of testosterone. That way you don't go backwards.
Hey, Doc, I just went ahead and got shot up with this testosterone, and I'm getting boobs again. Is that normal?
Like what's happening? Fix this.
My voice is starting to go up in register, and my facial hair is starting to stop.
Yeah, it's like, I was gonna do a braid next week in my beard, and I can't do that now, thank you.
I didn't know that it could happen that way. And now it makes me wonder if the opposite is true for transitioning male to female with too much estrogen. I'm going to have to look that up now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about the estrogen part.
Yeah, Brandy just said she didn't know that was a thing, and Ariel actually says, does insurance cover all of it? Which is actually
That's
an
a great
interesting
question.
I don't have insurance, but I know it's kind of crappy with surgery, but I don't know about the testosterone. I think some companies might cover partial, but it's like it's such a, I don't know. I think it just depends on the company of how much they cover.
Right.
I do out of pocket because for me to get I get 6 months worth at a time, and it costs me about $80 to $100.
Honestly, that's not
So,
too bad for 6 months.
That's not bad at all. Yeah. So that comes with all the needles, obviously the testosterone, the alcohol wipes, and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, then the surgery is where it can get really crappy. Because when I was originally looking into IU, Indiana University Health Hospital, and they were wanting to, it was going to be like $20,000, and you had to have that paid before you had the surgery. So
Wow.
it's like, yeah, I feel like that part of it we're kind of screwed on, but there's a place in Michigan that I will be getting it, and it's only $6,400. That's because he went from a hospital, now he does his own work because of all the costs he's seen that we've had to have. So and he's a good doctor.
He's kind of become a champion for this.
Yeah. So he's like, you know what? We don't need all those costs for all that stupid stuff. And he broke it down to what the actual cost should be, and it's $6,400.
Still expensive, but that's a lot better than where it was.
Oh my god, it is. Like, I only have $1,700 more to go, and
Oh, that's awesome.
It's kind of a fun process because every paycheck I put something back. I'm like, that is $200 closer, and then when I like get into like a $2,000 lump is when I call them, make the payment, and then I know that it's over. So
nice.
Yeah, this is definitely a very strange process.
So you're at the point now basically where you can see the finish line up ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the loop that I run, I can see the finish line. I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to go sprint and just get past it. So I'm almost to the point where I'm sprinting.
Getting your, what was it they call it, the kick? I think
the kick, yeah. I'm about to get into the kick.
And then Brandy was asking...
Says the surgery is probably considered elective, right?
Yes, the surgery is elective.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a hard sell to an insurance company for it to be a medical necessity. And, I mean, I could see where if the case of dysphoria is bad enough that maybe some insurances would take it. But, I mean, let's face it, as good as insurance is in the business to make money.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
They're going to push back where they can.
It has to be labeled as cosmetic. And then, like my doctor, when he had to write the thing out for me to get my blood test, they had to write it not as a medical thing. He couldn't put, what's it called? He couldn't put on the order that I was transgender and wanting to get blood tests in order to take testosterone. He had to just put on a list. So, like, he couldn't even tell the labs what I was getting the tests for. So it's like it's the world that surrounds all that is still, it seems new still. And like people are still nervous to put things on reports or to label it for what it is.
And I'm sure that for some people that really disturbs them, but it seems like, and I could be wrong, but from what I can tell from you, you're like, I don't care. As long as I'm getting what I need, I don't care.
Yeah. Like, yeah, when I was talking to my therapist, because you have to talk to a therapist before you can go to your doctor to get testosterone. And the therapist has to label you that you suffer from gender dysphoria, which is a mental illness. So you have to be labeled with that mental illness before you can get the testosterone.
Right.
Or the estrogen.
At that point, then it
And
becomes a necessity to have the testosterone or the estrogen, which justifies it for insurance to be able to cover up to the copay. And
yeah.
that whole process.
Yeah, so you can't be just a normal person wanting to be your identity. You have to have this mental illness first. So that's the only thing that kind of shook me a little bit was, okay, well, I don't feel like I'm mentally disabled just because I want to be who I feel like I am.
Right. That's what Brandy just said, but it's not a mental illness.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a mental illness either. Because, I mean, even though, I mean, yeah, obviously you had your issues, but you were much more accepted than most, where it's like, okay, this is my body. I don't like this. I want to change it, but then you start changing it, and you're like, well, I'm kind of missing this. So I'd say that you were definitely a lot more, or that you definitely didn't suffer from that dysmorphia. Not, at least not to that degree. But I can see they still have to give you that diagnosis just for the procedures.
Yeah. Yeah. And my therapist, she was amazing. She said that I was her first transgender case, so she was excited to actually write me the letter to the doctor. So, and I still talk to her on occasion. She keeps up with how I'm doing and vice versa. So, you know, it's kind of like, I won't call it a friendship, but it's someone I can still talk to if I don't want to talk to like a family member about it or like my mom about it. So
a little bit more than a professional relationship, a little bit less than a friendship.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Doctor, I have back hair now.
God.
Yeah, we have Kat saying that's ridiculous, and Brandy saying you were born in the wrong body. That's not a mental illness. And
Thank you.
Ariel says, have you ever seen the movie Danish Girl?
I have not.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up.
Ariel, I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, I'm pulling up on IMDb. And we're getting ready to wrap up, and then things got really good again.
It often does that.
There's more.
All right, so The Danish Girl, a fictitious love story loosely inspired by the lives of Danish artists Lili Elbe and Gerda Wegner. Lili and Gerda's marriage and work evolve as they navigate Lili's groundbreaking journey as a transgender pioneer. And it's from 2015.
Why haven't I seen this movie? I'm going to have to watch that now.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, I definitely want to see this.
Oh no! It has Amber Heard in it.
Never mind.
Yep.
Alright. I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan.
I can't believe that Johnny Depp is getting ruined over this. He was the victim!
Right? That's a huge topic.
Yeah.
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 That
Okay.
still makes me mad.
So, Kat, the movie is The Danish Girl. Ariel's saying it's a very heart-wrenching but good movie, minus her, LOL. You know what? I could still go ahead and watch the movie. I'm just not going to go and pay extra money to watch it because I don't want Amber Heard getting anything extra. But at the same time, why should I let everybody else suffer because I don't like Amber Heard? I can still support the rest of them.
That's
So I'll
true.
go watch it.
My guilt. Okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Honestly, the story sounds really good. And
It really does.
And it sucks that that's the only person I recognize in the cast. Like, everybody else, I've never heard of or seen before.
Oh, I know who Eddie Redmayne is, so.
I have to look
That
him
name
up.
sounds familiar.
He is, Newt Scamander from,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, he was also in Les Mis, The Theory
Yes.
About Everything, and Jupiter Rising.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, he's Marius in Les Mis.
He's a handsome devil. He looks like he could be a James Bond. Although he
He's
might be a
really
little
good
too
actor.
nice. Although his face is a little too kind for James Bond, to be honest.
Oh, speaking of movies, I don't know if you guys have kept up on The Matrix.
I love The Matrix.
The recent news that I can't remember the directors' names. They both came out. The brothers
Yep.
came out
Oh, yeah.
as transgender,
Yes, they did.
and they told what or how they see and wrote The Matrix as a transgender perspective. And the pills is you take, I can't remember the colors now.
Red
You
and
take
blue.
the blue pill. Yes, you take the blue pill and you just stay as your gender that you were born as, but you take the red pill and you become who you were supposed to be.
And I could kind of see that. Although, honestly, when you look at all the names and everything else,
Mhm.
the story itself was heavily biblical.
Especially,
Like the,
spoiler alert, if that has to be said, when Neo was going back and he put his arms out to the side, he literally looked like Jesus.
Yep. And I mean, also think about the Nebuchadnezzar. Trinity.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, Morpheus was John the Baptist. Neo does mean the one, which is, of course, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole story was just steeped in the Bible. But if they want to say that was about transitioning, okay, I can accept that.
I can see that as a part of it.
Yeah, as a
Like-
part of it. But I don't see the whole series as that's what it's... I mean,
No.
unless transitioning has to do with guns, lots and lots of guns.
I mean, I got some guns, but... Boom.
Ariel is no longer my friend. She has not seen The Matrix.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me you've seen The Animatrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the series of different types of...
The 9 anime cartoons that bridge the gap between the first and second Matrix.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah,
a lot
I've
of...
seen those.
Yeah, if you don't watch The Animatrix, the second one just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But, again, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you for sharing your journey and your story. Thank you for being so open. Seriously? We need to be friends. Like, seriously. Your sense of humor is so spot on. I freaking love it.
Totes my goats.
I actually had, God. Oh, I can see him as clear as day. Why is my mind drawing a blank? The Sprint commercial that did the Totes my goats. That's the voice of Mufasa.
Oh, James Earl
James
Jones.
Earl Jones. I actually had him saying Totes my goats as my text alert on my phone for a while.
Oh, Jesus. I want one.
I laughed so hard, and then I'd be walking through the store, and also I'd just get the Totes my goats, and people would just bust out laughing around me. But again, thank you very much. For the listeners and for everybody else, this is our 8th episode of the season. We only have 2 more to go. We're not going to be broadcasting on Thanksgiving. My wife, she lost her mom on 4th of July, so this is her first Thanksgiving without her mom, so I'm going to be with her. And we are definitely not going to be broadcasting over Christmas and spring and the New Year's, but we are coming back very first Thursday after New Year's with Season 4, our winter season.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and we may even have KZ back at that point.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, man, people are panicking already. Look, we're only going to miss like a total of 3 broadcasts over November and December. We're trying now to start booking already, so that way we could just go, boom, new season, boom, new season, boom, new season, with smaller gaps.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I still have to share about my son's diagnosis and how that hit me. And also, I got to share about SAD and how it's been absolutely destroying me this year.
It seems this year has been harder on you than past years.
By far.
I can tell that.
By far. But again, that's not about me. Mark, again, thank you very much. You've been freaking awesome. You're definitely...
Thank you, sweetheart. You are amazing, and I love you.
One of the... Definitely the funniest guest we've had. So,
Yes.
Jesus. Well, you're welcome.
all right, again, thank you
Just
for...
get me nervous.
Yep. And of course, I dropped that really big joke right before we start.
I know. Dick.
And I agree with what Brandy just said. It is the energy of this year. This year's just been awful.
It has.
God.
Yeah, but
It's been falafel.
I love it. Oh, Ariel, I'm trying to be all serious and say goodbye. She's like, good luck with your skin, bebes.
Skin barrel. I'll name one Ariel for you.
All right.
Aw.
So we'll be. What is next week Thanksgiving or not? This whole thing's been so screwy. Is it really?
Yes, it is.
So no episode next week. We'll be back on December 3rd.
Yes.
Until then, I'm E.
And I'm Bexy.
And we'll catch you next time.